Hey, how you doing? Austin here. In this video, we're going to be giving an update on Churchill Capital. The stock popped about 12% yesterday on speculation news that there may be a merger or some scenario going down with Lucid starting to work with Apple. This is news that's been talked about for about a day or two now, maybe a little bit more plus. So I'm going to give you my take on this, what I really think that this is all about, how it will shake out, as well as we're going to take a look quickly at the chart, and as well as we're really going to talk about the long-term prospects of Churchill/Lucid going forward. I am very bullish on these guys, and I think it's going to be hands down, Churchill is going to be one of the winners left standing in the overall EV space. As you may or may not be aware, there are hundreds of EV startups out there, and we're going to talk about that. Churchill's chances of winning, brain embolism there. Churchill's chances of winning and being one of those guys left standing. We're going to talk about all that today in this video. So this video is for entertainment purposes only, and do two things. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing and drop a like on this video if you get value out of it. I'm here. I want to help you make more money in the stock market. I'm a 30-plus year investor, and all I care about is helping you make more money and building a community here on YouTube. So become part of that community. We'd love to have you. And let's get started, and let's go see what I got for you. What's going on with Churchill right now? So as I mentioned yesterday, the stock popped at about 12%. The stock is down today, giving back a little bit of those gains. The NASDAQ down about 38%, Dow down right about 30% as of the recording of this video. If you look at the 5-day chart, we're absolutely beginning to look like we're running up nicely. And right in here is yesterday, where you've got all of those gains, which I just did earlier, and it showed 12%. We got about 12% yesterday. The chart's not working with me today. 6-month chart shows the beginning of a trend line moving back up. We're dipping down just a smidge today. Keyword smidge. Use that in a sentence today. But looking really, really nicely overall from a charting standpoint. Okay. So let's take a look. You know what? Before we do that, let's do this. I always like to do this. Let's add in the other guys, Tesla and NIO. Add them into the chart just to kind of see how they are doing compared. You guys know I like to do this. There we go. Okay, so the blue line is Churchill, the orange line is Tesla, and the kind of aqua green line is NIO. And you can kind of see overall, again, I always talk about this, but I just love to bring it up. You can see that Churchill has kind of settled into a similar shadowing, is what I call it, a similar shadowing trend lines, although Churchill's definitely moved up more as of late in the last, about 6 days, 7 days or so. You can see that that Tesla and Churchill are a little flat. Tesla had their earnings call. They blew it out of the water the other day, but they're down a little bit. Despite that, overall, they were down in after hours trading. And you can see that NIO is starting to gradually trend up as well. Again, they do kind of tend to shadow each other. So let's go take a look real quickly at what I've got for you related to the content. So I mentioned in my opening statements that there are rumors swirling around the internet that Apple is going to really be potentially working with, or some kind of partnership going on with Lucid. But what I really liked about this article was that the Cciv stock is the next Tesla, and that's why I titled this video that. I firmly believe that. I think that they have the management experience, they have the backing, and they have the wherewithal and the contacts to become the next high-end, ultra luxury Tesla. Are they going to unseat Tesla? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they really do go after really fundamentally different markets. I'm simply saying that, and we're going to dig into this more in this article, but that they're going to be the next hands-down winner, one of the next hands-down winners in the EV space as it continues to evolve. I've mentioned this before. By right now in 2020, out of 100 cars sold in the United States, only 2 of the 100, 2%, were EV cars. Tesla sold 79% of those 2 EV cars sold. By 2025, it is going, 2025, it is going to be 10 out of 100 will be EV. And out of that 10, I think that we will definitely see Lucid selling a certain percentage of them. I believe Tesla will still be the bulk of them because remember, Lucid's going after a different market, the ultra luxury market, instead of the kind of the broad mainstream market. Also, another thing to note is that by 2040, there's worldwide speculation that that the vast majority of the cars will be EV. Just as an additional thought. Okay, so we've already covered that there are speculations that Apple is going to be buying or be part of a partnership. There's all this speculation of working with Lucid. I think that is already built into the price of the stock as of now, and I think that that's already a small catalyst that we've already kind of put behind us, and now we're basically looking forward to the next major catalyst, was when they actually release the car itself. Okay. So I think that's the reason the stock popped yesterday, was kind of these speculative rumors really coming up and becoming even more rampant, if you will, out there. So this rumor really is coming from two things, right? So it's coming from, number one, when asked in a recent interview whether or not Apple had approached Lucid Motors, Lucid CEO just declined to comment, which in business speak almost usually means yes. And two, Apple's legendary former chief designer, Jony Ive, is on the board at Lucid. Those two main things are kind of what everybody is speculating around, okay, on hope that they're working together. The stock popped yesterday. Okay, so does it really matter? The fact of the matter is yeah, it would be really awesome and really cool if there's some kind of a collaboration that happens there. What would it really look like? We have yet to see. It might be just a real collaborative kind of partnership around the software that's embedded in the Lucid, in the Lucid Air. We just don't really know, right? But here's really what I like about this, and this kind of now is dovetailing into Lucid, number one, winning and staying. Winning and making it out of the huge EV who goes out of business, who doesn't scenario. There's over 100 plus or more EV startups right now. And I think that this scenario goes to the heart of why Lucid is going to make it and be one of the EV companies left standing. And whether or not the Apple thing happens or not is, ironically, I think, the lesser of the news here. Okay, the more predominant piece of the news here is that why would Apple even be looking to work with Lucid? And what it comes down to is talent and people and execution. Okay, and that's what these blue things are right here. These blue highlights we're talking about is that they don't work with anyone. They only work with the best. Had a rumor sparked up that with some no-name EV company and Apple working together, the market wouldn't have believed it because it's unbelievable. But the market believes these rumors because they are believable. And I think that is the heart of this, of really what I'm trying to bring to you. And number one, why Lucid will make it. Number two, why I think, and I agree with the author of this article, is that the Lucid will become the next Tesla or some variation on that theme for the ultra luxury EV space, okay? Because Lucid Motors has the most talented team of managers, engineers, and designers in the EV space outside of Tesla, period, okay? That's the piece of information I want you to focus on, okay? This unrivaled confluence of talent will do something special. Whether or not this something special is build card for Apple's remain to be seen. Long-term, Lucid is going to do something special, and I agree with that, with their car, right? Okay, now this is in their opinion. They see Lucid Motors unseating Tesla as the leaders in the premium EV category in the first half of the 20s. I see it as the ultra premium, okay? Because I think that Tesla with their higher end cars has the premium, and I think that Lucid Air, with the Lucid Air is the ultra luxury, ultra premium. I view them as different spaces, okay? And I think by the back half of the 20s, emerging as a formidable second fiddle to Tesla along the entire EV price chain. I agree. Long term, this is the next Tesla. If you believe and you fundamentally think the long term that they can execute, okay? And that's what this really comes down to. The risk here, guys, is execution, okay? So they still have to scale manufacturing. They still have to secure supply chain. They still have to figure out retail. And a lot can go wrong. I agree. A lot, and selling millions of cars. Hopefully they won't have battery issues, that plagued, some other EV manufacturers in the past and things like that. Management has to execute. But again, I think that they are taking all the right steps. In fact, remember, they actually pushed their release date of the Air, and I think it was related to that. That there's a guy on their board, and I talked about it in a previous video. It was really, and he's a ex-car guy, major car manufacturer guy. I can't remember his exact name and title, but he was in one of my previous videos. But he was the one who's, so they've got all of this talent around them that's advising them and helping them to kind of weather the storm, right? So I think that management can execute, seasoned enough, smart enough, and diverse enough that I think they can get through it. Okay, so that's why they are big long-term believers. I am as well. I think this is a long-term, great stock. Again, I own the stock, very, very bullish on it. And look, this is really interesting. We are 100% confident that electric vehicles will entirely replace gas-powered cars by 2040. Maybe that'll happen or not. I mean, that's a pretty long runway, and I think that we are shifting culturally and across the entire world around this. You're going to get improving technology, falling battery costs, shifting consumer demand to eco-friendly products, and increasing supply of EVs. I think Cciv / really Lucid will remain standing. Okay, most EV markets will go bankrupt. I've already been talking about this quite a bit. But listen to this analogy. Look at what happened with the emergence of gas-powered cars. I didn't know this in the 1900s. There were 500 car companies that emerged from 1900 to 1910. Guys, I did not know that. I was not aware of that. I mean, it's crazy. By 1930, less than 50 were still in operation, and only 3 of them controlled 80% of the market, right? GM, Ford, and I don't know who the other one is. I'm assuming Chrysler or some variation on that. The EV revolution will play out similarly. I definitely think that. Right, there are hundreds upon hundreds of EV companies out there. Most of them are going to fail, guys. They will. Okay, and I think that Lucid is one of the ones that is going to definitely succeed. So let's wrap up with a few final thoughts. So what I want you to take away from this video is really not the Apple thing. The Apple thing is cool, and is there any credence to it? Don't have any idea. What the real thing around is that they're going to be the second player in the United States market behind Tesla. Tesla's going to be bigger, continue to be bigger, but they are going to be one of the ones that's going to be left standing. That's really what I want you to take away from in this video, is that they have the management talent, the execution to be able to deliver on everything that they're working on. Will there be bumps along the way? Yep, you bet there will be. Will the stock pull back? Yes, it will. Will there be issues? Yeah, there will be. I mean, there's nothing perfect. Look at the road that Tesla's had, and all of the ups and downs that have gone with them, and they're but nobody really talks about that anymore, right? They're the preeminent EV manufacturer out there, right? And so overall, I'm very, very bullish on these guys. I think they're going to continue to succeed and continue to crush it. And we got to wait, guys, until we get the car out and we get moving and all those kind of things. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you got some value out of it. If you did, please drop a like on it. I greatly appreciate it. Helps the video, helps the channel, all that. I'll see you in the next videos. Take it easy. Go make some money.